Hey everyone, this video is going to be a little different than all my other videos. I just wanted to give everyone that either knows me or is just interested in semester to see an update about what's happening right now on our voyage. As a lot of you know, there is currently a global pandemic occurring. Novel coronavirus first outbroke in December in Wuhan, China, and has since infected more than 80,000 people around the world and has now infected people not just in Asia, but Europe, Africa, America, South America, and Australia. This is a really, really terrible virus. A lot of people have died so far, and it's really unfortunate for this area, especially as we were traveling in Asia, we got to see the impacts. As much as I would want to talk about the impacts that it's having around the world today, I'm really going to focus on how this is impacting semester at sea for us in our voyage, since I don't know how public this information is outside of just us and our parents right now. So right now, our voyage tagline is 128, the world awaits. Our unofficial tagline is 128, the reroute awaits. At this point, we have been rerouted multiple times, and we have only been to 2 out of the 5 countries we were supposed to go to at this point in the voyage. So just to go to the beginning of the story, we went to Hawaii, that was great, and then we sailed straight on to Japan. We went through Japan, everything was amazing, except the second day in Japan, they sent out a decision that said we weren't going to go to China, because since that was our next stop. A lot of people were devastated by this decision, but semester at sea ultimately made the right call. If our ship would have went to China after Japan, there's a very good chance the voyage would have been over. No countries would have accepted us with that previous travel history, and there's very little places that we could have gone. And it also would have put the ship in danger, since there was that significant outbreak pretty close to the area of Shanghai where we're going to be. Just 2 days after they made that decision, China started closing travel, businesses started closing, celebrations were canceled, and travel restrictions were put into place. So while we were all devastated about the China decision, it was understandable. We all think they made the right call. People are still heartbroken about it. To make up for that, though, we just continued on to our next stop of Vietnam, and we were given double the time there, which was actually pretty awesome because we got to see pretty much the whole country of Vietnam and really experience it compared to just the 5 original days we were supposed to have there. But we spent 11 days in Vietnam, had an amazing time, and then close to our last day, there was an outbreak in Vietnam of the novel coronavirus. It was pretty close to Hanoi, actually, where a lot of us were staying. Fortunately, no one on the ship was affected that we know of, but it's very, very little chance that anyone was affected. A lot of our travel in Vietnam was affected, though. Many hotels and clubs, bars, they were doing temperature checks on us, and there was shortages of masks and other medical supplies in the country. But overall, the impact was not too great. Vietnam was amazing. Our next stop after Vietnam was supposed to be Malaysia. There were supposed to be 2 days between Vietnam and Malaysia. It wasn't 2 days. After we got on the ship, we found out that semester at sea had made the decision to forego going to any more Asian countries, and that with the situation and how countries were starting to deny cruise ships especially, they thought it was in our best decision to skip Asia and head straight to Africa, which people were disappointed. That means we were going to have to miss Malaysia and we were going to have to miss India. We ended up going to Malaysia for a few hours, mostly as a fuel stop and to get more food, but we were not allowed to leave the ship. In turn, they were able to add 2 ports. Well, they were able to add 1 port for us and give us more time in another port. So they gave us more time in South Africa. They gave us 2 additional days there. And they added on the country of Seychelles off the coast of East Africa, which most of us have never heard of. It would have been a really awesome time if we have gotten to go there, and I'll get to that in a minute. But so they added on Seychelles for about 5 days, or 4 days originally, and then they added on 3 extra days to Mauritius, where we were only supposed to be there originally 1 day. A little bit later, they changed their minds again. They added on an extra day to Seychelles, and they added on an extra day to Mauritius. So going about, it was an 11-day trek from Vietnam to Seychelles. This was about the same amount of time it took for us to get from Hawaii to Japan, which was supposed to be originally our longest stretch in the ocean. Today was supposed to be our first day in Seychelles. And as you see, I'm not in Seychelles right now. So last night, when we were supposed to go to our pre-port, which is where we get all our information about the port, we were told that the country denied us entry on the day before we were supposed to get there. So they were not going to allow us into the country due to health reasons, even though we had almost imposed a 14-day quarantine on ourselves. So they denied us entry. So the next place we could have gone was Mauritius, but there was fears from semester at sea that the same would occur there if we did more than a technical stop. So with that, last night we found out that they canceled both Seychelles and Mauritius. We're going to be going to Mauritius now again, just to get more fuel and just to get more food. So we've had 11 days at sea, going from Vietnam to almost Seychelles before we made about a 90-degree turn. And now we're going to have about 6 or 7 more days at sea. So we're getting near 20 days at sea now, which is a lot on a small ship. Unfortunately, that's not the worst of it. We do have several Chinese students on board as well who are not allowed to get off in Vietnam. That means the only places they've been so far is Hawaii and Japan, which means they've been on the ship for over a month in basically a self-imposed quarantine. And there's fears that most countries are rejecting Chinese passports. We'll see as we go forward if that continues, if we're able to go to port somewhere else. With the canceling of Mauritius and Seychelles, we found out that they added on Mozambique. So right now, the current plan is that we're heading to Mozambique, Africa, where we'll be there for 6 days. We don't know too much about it yet. The semester at sea is encouraging, though, that no one plans self-travel right now and books any plans, because there is the possibility that Mozambique could deny us as well. It's a potential, and there's nothing really we can do about that. They also added again 2 more days to South Africa, so we will be there now for I think close to 2 weeks, which is a really good opportunity to see South Africa. It's a really great opportunity in Vietnam. We got to experience the whole country, so if South Africa accepts us when we get there, then we will be able to experience that as well. We've also been hearing news that there's been now an outbreak in Italy, and the first patient that has not traveled got it now in America too. So it's a worldwide pandemic, and we don't know how this is going to affect us going forward. Semester at Sea said they are going to finish the semester, so everyone will get their credit, but for traveling, it's really up in the air about what's going to happen. Again, you can see how much our plans have changed. This has never happened to semester C before. Last time there was an outbreak in the world, it was SARS, and the voyage got canceled. We avoided that by not going to China, and they made the right call. When the Ebola outbreak happened in Africa, they had just changed 2 countries, but it wasn't like this. It was not a worldwide pandemic. So we don't know how the future is going to accept us. So right now we have Mozambique, South Africa, Ghana, and Morocco ahead of us before Amsterdam. So technically we have 5 countries left, and hopefully the voyage will go smoothly from here. Hopefully they'll accept us and we can keep seeing the world. If not, we might just have to keep making technical stops, but hopefully that's not the case. But yeah, I think that's all that I really want to say. I just wanted to give everyone an update of how semester C is going. It's really still an amazing experience. We're on a ship sailing around the world and taking courses, and I still think I'd rather be here right now than be back at my home university freezing off in February. But we're still going to do a lot of things. We're going to be done with our classes maybe a little bit early, which is going to be fun. So yeah, I think that's all I really wanted to say. If you guys have any questions, please leave a comment. I'll do my best to answer this. I honestly don't know when I'll be able to post this video. I think we're 6 or 7 days out from Mozambique. Maybe I'll be able to post this in Mauritius when we do a technical stop with my cell phone service, but who knows. So I'll post this when I'm able to post this. Right now it is February 27th. So if there's any updates that come after this, I'll try to drop in the subscription or in the description of the video. But yeah, if you have any questions, please leave a comment. I'll do my best to answer them. And please consider subscribing for any future updates. I'll keep trying to put these out as much as possible, or physically possible, with our current situation. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll be back. Hey everyone! Okay, before this video is over, I just want to jump in again and give you another update. It is the next day, and like I said, the reroute awaits, and we got rerouted again. So, Mozambique is now up in the air. We're not really sure if we're going there anymore or not. Apparently in Mauritius, Port Louis has now said that we can go on land tomorrow. So we will be able to go on land from 0800 to, I believe, 1900 tomorrow. Hopefully. I am holding out till my feet are on the ground, but that is apparently what the word is now. After that, we have to go back out to sea for 3 days, and then they're negotiating right now to see if we can go back to Mauritius for 4 days after that. So I think this is good news, because Mauritius is definitely easier to travel in than Mozambique, and we'll just, hopefully they'll let us in for 3 days after we're out at sea again. But anyway, that's a quick update. I also just want to say everyone on the ship is in pretty good spirits for what's been happening. Everyone's having a good time. We watched a lot of movies yesterday, did a lot of activities. So while this whole outbreak is going around, everything has still been really good, and it still has been an amazing experience being here. So hopefully we'll see if we have any more reroutes, and if we do, I'll let you guys know. But thanks. I'll see you again.